Welcome back. Once again, we are experiencing what the world is like out in the rural countryside. Whether it be trying to attend school or going along with a candy visit, sometimes it's not quite so simple. You would think that with such a vast space out there, that not too much can go wrong. Unfortunately, we really underestimate some characters. And after reading some of the comments on the last video, maybe face blindness is a little more common than I had realised. But what's going to happen in this one? Is the awkward encounter in evening going to be forgiven? But what's going to happen in this one? Is the awkward evening going to be forgiven? Honestly, I'm not sure. But I do know for one thing, it's going to be fun watching it, because so far, 2 episodes in, the non Biyori has been nothing if not interesting. I do like that. Are they umbushi? The sour plums. That's a good backpack. If I was ever packing for any reason, it would be snacks. Some snacks. Maybe some snacks. And her cooking skills are how decent? The drawbacks of being small. Ah, yes, isn't she just so reliable? Russian, right. That's actually a game I would get behind, that one. Let me guess, she's about to be on the receiving end of that Russian ricelet. It is definitely something that I would do with my brothers if we were going away somewhere. Pack a lunch, but one of these is blow your nuts off spicy. But to be fair, I'd probably just enjoy that one normally anyway. Are we going to get more scenes of how the school is run down or falling apart? Are they ever going to replace the actual floorboards where he fell through it? And I have seen a few of the comments that are pushing this alongside the Higurashi. And the idea of a rural countryside little village. Things could have been so much different with that show. Ran away. She's only... Is this a class that is only going on in her own mind? Oh. Apparently not. She is actually paying attention in class. Is it that just... Yeah, they needed more hands out working. That's what it is. Obviously. I think the lady doth protest too much. One of them is really up for it, though. She got really behind it, yeah? She's the life of the party. I mean, it's back-breaking, tedious work. Gotta be done, though. Maybe not by school children that you've wrangled into doing it for you because you're too busy or lazy to do it yourself. Her life is sorted. Perfect. Is it going to start wilting and fall? Is she that uncoordinated and that well, maybe she just doesn't want to be here. You know, keep making the same mistake over and over again. Do a bad enough job and they wouldn't want to make you do it again. She's out for the count. Do you think that this school has the money for any of those things? A theme park, zoo, aquarium, even free seems a little bit too steep in price. He's doing the hard work. Cool. Perfect. Now that's her work done for the evening. As she slowly sinks. Oh no. So, how long is it going to be before someone face plants into the water? Is it now going to be two of them stuck down in the mud? And now she's far too absorbed in the prize. At least it's a really good way of motivating her for something. When push comes to shove, this is not going to work. And okay. Their love of the Japanese staple food is quickly diminishing. So why are they here? Like, this was all just an experiment to see if it was worth doing the actual labour. And is she going to regret this? Well, I think we found the booby prize rice ball. Either that or she just really is that bad at making food. She were watching some scary movie? No. Heart-wrenching love story. Huh. Fascinating. Ah, both of them. I would. I kind of like the idea of that movie. Everyone's dead. But the idea of getting and renting a movie and then having to return it, that's a story from a few years ago. The mistakes were made, but having to go back that far to actually return them, can't just hand it back without getting your money's worth. I'm 30 now, and watching a scary movie will stop me sleeping for days on end. Don't question it. She, There's a squeaky hinge, a light, the bugs, that. You're not going anywhere. She's going to be having fun with this one. That shit-eating grin of someone who's just successfully terrified a sibling. What was that sound? Was there metal? Oh, it was a zipper. I do like their... Huh. I like that free stage light. Chest/bin. All of these things are definitely going to be able to let her have the optimal sleep tonight. I mean, it looks better than her normal face. What happened to him? Was it because of an unfortunate accident and... That's why you don't shove beloved stuffed animals into drawers. She's going to receive that bear to the face in a second, isn't she? Do you think she's regretting ever coming to her for help? The sound sleep of a skeptic. Then there's nothing but the eternal void. Perfect material to think about just before you sleep. She backed herself into a corner and ruined her own life. The existential dread slowly creeping in. Are we going to get pareidolia as well? No idea why. Also, if I ever use the excuse of, sorry, I'm late, or I couldn't make it to class because I had trouble sleeping, that would not go down well. This time it was actually the cat. Well, all she has to do is tell the truth. The problems with calling Wolf. And I feel they have quite a few dark pasts. Yeah, this is not a teaching lesson now or a moment. It's just pointing out everything they've done wrong just to make them feel worse. We're running away, never to be seen again, over a plant pot. I'm sure there has been a moment or two where something around the house was broken and blamed on a sibling that wasn't party to the action. But yeah, being accused of something that you didn't do is one of my most hated kind of feelings. The drop is slightly further for her. Well, this is the things you have to do to survive. Once you've absconded from your home. And once you're out on the other side, wow, it just keeps going. Huh. I mean, it's a fairly decent structure. Yeah, they need some furniture. Maybe something to keep the breeze out of from coming through the windows. They're going to live such a self-sustaining life out here. That's kind of a problem. There's no TV. What are they going to do? A fun game for the ages. Now, we've seen that game before. I think the first time I saw it properly was in No Game No Life. Kid Mott. Kind of interesting, since my brother had a box of various Kit Kat flavours. Some better than others. And yes, they were all the kind of special Japanese ones from various things. Stupid. So not much has changed. How long did that walkout last time she ran away from home? I mean, she's not quite a cow. Will not be able to digest the grass that well. Did they miss home too much and have to go back? How much did she eat? fabled cat, the one that's bring it back with a proof. Still, take the cat. Got to prove a point, right? I don't think just strolling up to a feral cat and its young is a good idea. And, there's going to be some stuff on TV later. You don't want to miss that. Yep. This lasted a good hour and a half. Very adventurous. Is the mother going to be outside worrying for them again? Frog. Not quite the same, but still. If it's anything like the usual kind, there you go. So now that you're safe and sound, and know that you're okay. Okay. Not how it would play out in with my mother. So, what big idea do you think you had running away like that? So we're just still trying to teach them manners. That's an impossible task. Payback for the other night. Is there some alternate plan at play here? She is the voice of reason and safety of the duo. And was there still the existential dread that was keeping her awake? That's all. Kind of knew it once all the letters were jumping down, but still. Why is she trying to play the mother card now? Now, one thing my parents never had to worry about was any of us doing the whole we're running away from home shtick. Life was just far too cushy. You had TV, computer. What more do you need? Well, that and we were monumentally lazy. I think, to us growing up, going out in the garden was seen as adventurous. Not much has really changed. When was the last time I saw foliage? But this show is one where it brings that kind of feeling of almost nostalgia and reminiscence. But also, it's actually made me laugh a few times. The more I see of it, yes, I'm only on the third episode, but the more I see of it, the more that I just really quite enjoy this show. The fact that it is slow and they're fairly simple situations that you can see pretty much anyone get into. And with things that are maybe a little exaggerated and yet still relatable. There's quite a lot to get behind and love about this show. I think there might have actually been a time where I found a family of cats living out somewhere, but there are definitely shows where we see these kind of adventures and it's like, okay, that's a fun story adventure section, but even if things are playing out slightly differently, why do I feel so in touch with the characters of this story and their lives and what I went through? Strange. Probably doesn't hit that well for everyone, since, different generations and ages and experiences may differ. There definitely are some tasks and things that you don't want left in the hands of school children. Planting rice is probably one of them, mainly because even if they do it perfectly, well, child labour laws being aside, how much trouble do you have to get, as we saw, unsticking them from mud, wiping them down after, and making sure that none of them have accidentally drowned themselves? I think, much faster and safer just to get some mechanical apparatus. The fact that she did that just to prove to herself, okay, no, this was a good purchase. You can see there's a lot going on in this region. I wonder just how much one of them will degrade themselves and sink to just having one more rice ball, one more present, but a homemade meal by their beloved senpai. That's some drastic action that they might take to achieve the next one. Also, I do like the idea that the brother exists and is taking part in all of this, and yet there's no need at all to hire a voice actor for him. He's just there in the background. Kind of genius. And let's be fair, there's lots of moments where kids and adults of all ages can be scared by something that would later on be amplified horribly when they try to sleep. I don't think there's ever a moment where I've watched something and then not been able to sleep because of it. Having some weird dreams because of things I've watched, maybe. But nightmares are few and far between. I think I can count on one hand the amount I've had since I can remember dreaming. Either I just have a very healthy mind and my subconscious protects me from scary thoughts, or my thought of what's vile and wicked is horribly distorted and I'm no longer sensitive to any of it. You can decide on that one. But whether or not you want to get a nice handful of sleep, some rice, or prove that everything was the cat's fault, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, leave me a like and a comment down below. But for now, try and get some well-earned rest. If you do have trouble, don't try and sneak into my bed tonight. For many, many reasons. But subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss out future uploads, and I'll see you for the next one.